it's me, it's Cindy again. Today it's Saturday and it is also day 3 of my hotel quarantine here in Shanghai. So let's go through what had happened in the past 2.5 days over a cup of matcha latte.
Silhouettes in the neon lights, see my reflection in your eyes. Maybe it's love, or maybe the wait is over. Gonna dance on the floor all night, make the most of this one lifetime. It's feeling like love all the way.
To say the hotel is really okay. Just at a brief glance, I have a desk, a proper desk, and then a sofa, and then a double bed. And the best thing is it does not come with the carpet, so you can clean it yourself daily. I'm really tired right now. We spent around 3 to 4 hours just to get here from the airport. And I'll just settle down first. Huge bag back here is actually the utility kit that is provided in every room. Let's do an unboxing to see what's inside this kit. Toilet rolls, face tissue, sleeper, all-purpose plastic bags, amenity towels, all your bedding here, because you see my bed now is actually big and I guess they expect you to do it yourself. As you can see, I'm shooting this video sitting comfortably on a sofa, and I also have a coffee table next to me. It's because, thank God, I'm so lucky that I'm assigned to a very good quarantine hotel this time. So shall we start by having a look at my room? Some housekeeping things first. This hotel is in Pudong of Shanghai. It is charging 250 RMB per day, which is at the same price of that crappy hotel I had last time. Now they do not allow you to order any food delivery, supermarket delivery, or internet shopping delivery. So that means you have to eat the food they provide to you. So the meal fee is 100 RMB per day, and it includes the 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So they will deliver the 3 meals to you and put it on the bench outside of your room, and you have to get it yourself. So breakfast is served at around 8 a.m, lunch at about 11:30 a.m, and then dinner at about 5:30 p.m. During your quarantine, the medical staff will come to your room twice per day to measure your body temperature. The morning one will be around 9 to 11 a.m, and the afternoon one is usually 1 to 4 p.m. Over the past few days, the morning one, they usually come at around 9:30. The afternoon one, they usually come at about 3 or 3:30. Life is so far so good. I spend the majority of my time working, and if I'm not working, I'm usually on Netflix or on YouTube. Compared to my quarantine last time, I have to say that this time feels a bit easier so far because I guess the room is much more decent, so that I feel like my time spent in the room is less difficult. But the only thing that bothers me so far is the time that they serve the food here. For my last quarantine, you can order your own food, but here it's a total lack of control because you can only rely on them to provide you food. Breakfast served at 8, so it's totally out of my time, and I practically skipped breakfast every day. And then lunch at 11:30, and then dinner at 5:30. Like, who eats dinner at 5:30, right? Having to rely on them providing you the food, I feel a total lack of control on my daily schedule. or you have to eat at a very peculiar time, and I feel very, very hungry at night. And another thing is, as I said, they deliver the food and they put it on the bench outside your room. So dinner is usually served at 5:30 or even at 5 sometimes. At 5 on a working day, I am usually in a meeting. So that means I would only be able to fetch my food at maybe 6. So the food is already left outside cooling down for an hour. I am usually having food that is not hot. I was served. It looks like these are, I don't know what it is. Strip of meats, perhaps pork, and then we have some stir-fried potato, some veg, and I believe this is like chicken thighs. This is dinner on day 1. For the dishes, they usually include 2 vegetarian options and 2 meat options. So tonight we have a piece of pork chop here with some stir-fry squid. This is not totally vegetarian, but it's mainly celery, and this one is stir-fry tofu strip. This is my dinner for day 2, and you see what time is it? It's only 5 p.m. This is the lunch for day 2. This one here, it's a Shanghainese style meatball, and it is very salty. And right here is actually some duck pieces. So it tastes okay, although the meat is not quite tender. I was ready to take in for another piece, and then I saw this oil here. You see, this dish basically is soaked in oil. This is the breakfast of day 4, a very standard Chinese style breakfast with a boiled egg here, spring onion pancake, Chinese pickle, unidentified bun object, red rice porridge. It comes with a piece of cake, in case you still feel hungry after everything here. Dinner of day 7, I start to see some repeats on dishes, so these 3 here are repeats. This chicken fillet is one of my favorites so far, so I'm quite happy that it's coming up again. This one is some stir-fried potato. This one I think is pork belly with something, and then this one is a stir-fried celery. Today is day 4 of my quarantine, and it's a Sunday, and I want to spend some time to talk about the emotional stress that comes with quarantine. This is my 3rd quarantine in my lifetime, and it's also my 2nd one in Shanghai. Talking about the emotional stress, I think so far it's still okay because it's my 2nd time already, so I know what to expect and what it is like. During weekends is where you have more free time and more capacity to feel the loneliness of quarantine. Sort of thought of ways to help myself to pull through this 14 days by having a lot of snacks that I love with me. I also write down a list of TV shows that I can watch during this time. I think all in all, quarantine is somehow quite stressful because you're removed from all physical human interaction. Each day, the only human touch I have is that 2 seconds when I open my door and then the doctor measuring my body temperature. The first day actually I felt nothing. I guess it's because I was too tired from all the hustle and all the moving. Starting from the 3rd day, I start to feel like, I crave some human touch. Like I just want to go and hug somebody, something like that. Last time when I came back, I was assigned to a very crappy hostel-like hotel. The facilities was just not good, and everything was quite unsatisfactory. It was quite dirty as well. So I've had a really unhappy 7 days back then. But while I was doing quarantine at that time, they allowed any types of delivery. So I still feel like I have some degree of control on my life in terms of what I eat, what time I eat, and things like that. This time I'm assigned to this quite nice hotel, which is something outside of my expectation. Right now they do not allow any types of delivery, which means you can only have the food they provide to you. You cannot control what you eat. You only know what you are having until you open the lid of that bento box. And you cannot control what time you eat because the meals are served at particular times during the day. So I'm not sure which way is better. Perhaps you can share your thoughts in the comments. It's my 5th day here already, although I say it's day 4 because I count from day 0. The reason why I say the first day is day 0 is because you need to stay in the hotel for 14 nights instead of 14 days. It is 12:30 right now, and I'm struggling whether I should eat one of the cup noodles here. So I'm feeling a bit hungry right now. But then I'm trying to ration my snacks and my instant noodle here. Today it's day 5, which means I still have 9 more days. And I only have 3 left, so I can only eat 1 every 3 days. I'm so hungry right now. I think I somehow have gotten used to having dinner at 5 p.m. over the last week. Right now it is already 5:35 and they still haven't served the dinner.
제가 주식에 투자한 것 중에 하나가 뜻하지 않게 크게 터져서 여러분들께 나눠주려고 했습니다.
Picnic with my best friends. We start to plan what we will do. Now life's back in color and everything's feeling brand new.
Hi all, it's me again. Today is day 10 of my quarantine and it is also my final weekend here. This morning I received a notification on WeChat that they have arranged for me to have the second swab on Tuesday at 9 a.m. So everybody must do a second COVID swab and have negative results before they can be released back to the community. My second time of quarantine, I think I can say things are so far so good. My mood is actually quite okay and it is much easier than my last time, I guess because the room is really good and I feel quite relaxed and comfortable in here. The only thing that gets me here is the working schedule in a quarantine hotel and it's absolutely not suitable for a nocturnal like me. I go to bed really late and I wake up kind of late as well. So let's say I wake up at 11:30 in the morning, but before that you would be already waking up 3 times. So the first time is when they serve breakfast, that's usually around 8 a.m. and they will bang on your door to let you know. The second time it's when they come to measure your body temperature in the morning, that's around 9 to 10 a.m. usually. And the third time is when they serve lunch and that is around 11 a.m. and again they will bang on your door. So before you wake up, you're already waking up 3 times, which means you won't have really good sleep. During the first few days it was still okay, but then after a week I start to feel kind of tired and sleep deprived, and sometimes I have to take like a half an hour nap in the afternoon just to recharge. Good afternoon, it is Cindy again. It is 1:20 p.m. on my last Sunday in quarantine. And I'm sure you can tell I just woke up. So the first thing I do in the past 10 days as soon as I wake up is really to fetch the food. And today, of course, after the meal has been served 2 hours ago, the food is all cold already. But just now, rather than waking up, I felt more sleepy than I felt more hungry, so I chose to continue to sleep. So I guess that's the trade-off. So welcome to quarantine life, because you lose all your individuality and autonomy on how you want your life to be. So you either feel more sleepy but feel less hungry, or you feel less sleepy but more hungry. Hi, it's me again. Today is day 13 and I just received notification that I will be able to go home tomorrow. Finally! This morning at about 8:30, the doctor came up to my room and did my nasal swab. And a few hours later in the afternoon, they came again and gave me this notice and said my quarantine will end tomorrow at 11:25 in the morning. So why as precise as 11:25? It's because that's the landing time I filled in and I registered for the QR code upon landing. What they do is they count 14 full 24-hour periods from your landing time, and that's your quarantine end time. So this notice here, it also includes a list of instructions of what I have to do before I leave the room. So we need to take off all the beddings and also the towels and put it into the big garbage bags that they just provided with us. They also gave us those bleach tablets, and we need to put it into the toilet bowl and also the wash basin. So we need to pack up all our rubbish and leave it by the door. The last thing on this instruction is you cannot go down on your own, but they will have to send somebody to escort you down. I don't really see a point why they have to do that. Good morning. It is right now 10:30 of my last day in quarantine. It is a very bright and sunny day. It is quite warm as well. So right now I'm just doing some last minute packing. I just did my bedding, and then right now I just need to pack all those tiny things into my suitcase and then zip it up. And I still have around 1 hour before my release time, and they said they will send someone up to escort me down. So I'm not sure when will they come up, but I'll just prepare everything first, and once they come I can go immediately. So before I leave the room, I still need to bring up all my rubbish to the door. After 40 bottles of spring water, my quarantine life finally come to an end.